I hope I'm audible and visible.
It's
Okay, so the live stream is on as well. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ashok Veda. I'm here to host a success story of Mr. Nanda, who has recently transitioned into a data science career. Nanda, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so we can start with introducing yourself first, Nanda, your profile
Yeah,
to start.
my full name is my name is Nandhakumar. I was completed easy engineering at 2021. After once completing my graduation, I start studying some government exam preparation within that lockdown period on 1 year. So, so it's at the one point my projects trigger me because I in during my college period I had done IoT project. So that's trigger me. So why not you go with your coding and at all? So I learned Python and SQL during my uh, home. Uh, so after that, I know some of the Pythons and coding things, uh, but I want more thing about that. Uh, you know, sorry, Python and SQL I studying after that. So by using the Python and SQL, what are the things are related to this? This means so I chosen as career data engineer. I choose
Right.
after that. Why not? Yeah.
Good. Nanda, apologies. I think there's something wrong with my system. Are you able to hear me?
Oh, yes, sir.
Are you able to hear me? Is
Yeah,
my
yes.
video? Yeah. Okay, good. So it's very good. So you're from Coimbatore, isn't it? I
No,
saw
sir,
from your
I'm from
profile that.
Dharmaburi, sir.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm from
Obviously,
Dharmaburi,
Coimbatore, there is a. Oh, you
a
you have
remote village, sir.
you're
Yeah.
okay. And just checking why I got to Coimbatore from your profile. Oh, you did your engineering from Coimbatore or Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology.
Yes, sir. I think, yeah.
Okay. So you have done some college projects, which is into, a bit of Python, IoT, and
Yeah,
also well, I see.
yeah.
So I'm very curious. Why do you want to go to the government job first?
Um, because my father is a government, he is a teacher.
Right.
So yeah, in every family, they are told like that. So why not you go to the government exam? Because if you go means life is complete.
Settled, isn't
So
it?
like that they told. Uh,
I'm very surprised
yeah,
that
but my idea is yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
very
But my
surprised
idea
that,
is I am little crazy about the coding at all. So that's
okay.
choose.
I think there is a lag from your side. Now I understand. I see that your signal is weaker. That's why it is stopping for me at least. But I'm very surprised that the sales pitch of government job, life settled is still working, isn't it? I mean, you tried it. A lot of people still try
Yeah,
it. Okay, it's
yeah.
nothing wrong about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Nothing wrong about it. It's just that uh, people with the higher potentials can pursue bigger dreams. And luckily for you, you have decided to go to a data engineering stream, and then successfully you
yes,
have actually transitioned into career. So that's really, really, really good. And so apart from your college, you said you got triggered by your college projects that you could do something in this
yeah,
area. Right? How did you decide you want to go to data engineering? Because a lot of people go to data scientist, but what
yeah,
made you to think about data engineering?
yeah. So the person I saw in YouTube, so he explained uh, why data engineer, why it's a data science and a data analyst, everything. For a data engineering, OI means per day, per day more than one terabyte data are produced. For data engineer, requirements is more high demand for upcoming days. So these are the things that trigger me, sir. The person
Understood.
who teach me in YouTube, none other than you only, sir.
Oh, okay. Talking
So
about
I
me.
saw your videos. Yeah, I saw
Doing
your video.
last 5, 6 years, maybe that's a very old video because
Yeah.
That was before
Yeah.
COVID. After COVID, I haven't done any
But
public videos. I love to.
mm,
Probably I'll start
mm,
next year.
mm,
Uh, I'm missing that, honestly. So I should get myself off from the management stuff and get
yeah,
into more public videos. It inspires people like you. That's very good.
yeah,
All right. So actually, that is a correct strategy you have taken because there is,
mm,
loads of data engineers. But if you look at any organization, it starts with
mm,
getting the data right, and that's the work of data engineer. So the demand for data engineer is really, really high. Data engineers
yeah,
are typically considered as previously they were called as administrators. So there is a typical name for it, database administrator. When you hear,
mm,
it looks like a very bad job, isn't it? Database administrator, right? And and they are paid low, and there are
yeah,
not many jobs, and etc. I mean, there are jobs, but when you look at the current trend, the so-called data administrators can be now called as data engineers. Of course, they should also know the machine learning and other part of it, but they are in really high demand because the companies now need to reorganize their data first to adapt any technology. If they want to go to AI, then they first have to get the data right, and that's where
yeah,
you
yeah,
actually come in. Okay, so
yeah.
tell me about your experience of your learning. So you joined DataMites. So what are the topics you learned, and how was the learning experience, Nanda?
Yeah. First, they started with Python. So after once completed the Python, they started as statistics, and then we moved to uh, Docker. So in the Docker means by deploying applications like MySQL like that. After that, once finishing those things, they moved to big data. The person who teach me, Ram, sir, so he taught how Airflow is working, how orchestration is done, uh, Python, which is help for that. So
Hmm.
and then Apache Airflow, Apache Spark. Why Apache Spark means with parallel processing in memory, it's done. So once these all things completed, after that they move to GitHub,
Hmm.
and then some cloud technology instance, AWS, Azure. So these are the things.
Things you have learned,
So
right? Of course, they're all important
yeah,
because
and
yes,
then more important SQL also they done. So
of course, SQL is your bread and butter. Like
yeah,
most of the
ma'am.
databases
Yeah,
are
yeah,
SQL.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You're working predominantly with SQL. So your trainer is
yeah,
Ram, isn't it?
yeah. Yes, yes. So for big data heat.
So yeah, Ram is also full time. He works in other projects. We have Fortune 100 companies projects working with data engineering stream, and he's been with us for already 2-3 years. He has a significant experience. So how do you rate the Ram's teaching? Did you
Uh,
is it
top, yeah, out of five, I give five, sir, because whenever I have doubt means he come to near and he teach how these things are done, like that he come on near and tell everything properly, sir. So that's a good thing about him. So
okay?
whenever I ask doubt means he immediately come and told
Oh,
everything
have you
honestly.
have you done data engineering from Bangalore Center?
Yeah, yes, sir.
It's not online, right? Physical Bangalore Center.
Yeah, physical Bangalore center.
Okay, wonderful. Um, Good. So after you completed your training part of the certified data engineer, what kind of projects you have done within DataMites? What kind of projects you've taken up?
Yeah, yeah. Two project from it's like uh, data sorry SQL warehouse creating for the client project, and then second project is the medical analyst project, and
Okay.
the third one is a customer spending code by using SpicePark.
Okay. So a lot of people say that the projects really help them in terms of getting the actual practical experience. How was your experience?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
was
definitely, sir.
okay?
Yeah,
Good.
by the help of project only I get placed in the companies because I explained the project very well in from the starting how to connect from on-premise to cloud, and then how what are the uh, things in the ETL things are done in that also I explained. So
Hmm.
ETL things in the sense for moving the data, we get some duplicates and the things also happen. So to avoid that, I used a full truncate load. Some of the things also I done in that code, some of the SQL part. So after that, I'm moving to uh, I I I moved to Microsoft SQL Server. In that, I do some of the queries. At that, this is the end product. So from starting, extract, transform, and load. This is the thing, and then SQL queries.
Okay. Okay, wonderful. Um, Good. So when did you start? I mean, once you finished your phase two of theory and middle of the phase, when did the placement team got in touch with you? How was the like? Have you completed your mock test? How was the experience of internship projects and placements? And the
Uh, like after finishing my course completed during February month end, 1 month April month starting I get internship. I started in the May it's finished. So after that I went to my hometown. Doing some personal issue. I went to my hometown. 1 month I wasn't there. So after that coming so July month I applied for mock interview. That's my first attempt. I was not cleared during the first attempt. That's the second attempt I cleared a mock interview. So
okay,
after that,
wonderful.
the placement team focused into, yeah, this is my first interview.
It's a usual pattern. So the first attempt, usually people are not able to. Then you have to revise and do it in the second attempt. So
Yeah.
that's very good. How many job interviews from DataMites you got, Nanda? And could you explain how it went? Is it
Yeah.
a first job interview or how many attempts you have done?
So this is my first
Oh,
job.
wonderful. So you are on the very exceptional side then. Usually
Yeah.
people fail multiple times before they get into it. That's really good to hear.
Yeah.
It's your first attempt. All right. So then
Yes.
explain me how was the different, rounds? What were the questions asked? Who is your company
Mm.
actually? It's a um,
Yeah. Bizviz
Bizviz
Technology Private
Technology
Limited.
in Bangalore. All right. So
Yeah,
you're
it's
going to
Bangalore.
work in Bangalore.
It's located in HSR.
You're gonna work very next to us then. So we are near to HSR.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
So explain me about the interview process, how it went, Nanda.
Yeah. Uh, in the starting of self-introduction, and then I completed it. After that, they ask a little bit of Python. Do some of the basics question they ask, and then mostly they prefer the SQL part in the sense they ask what are the commands they used in the SQL parts, it's like TML DTL commands, and then Windows function. Some of the
Mm,
things they ask like rank, dense rank, why use dense rank, and at all,
mm.
and then normalization, why we done like that. Some of the questions, and once it is completed, do you know like Power BI, why Power BI is used, like some of the questions asked. So,
Okay, so mostly high level
but mainly
questions.
they, and then the, yeah, so 1 second, sir. They ask in PySpark also. So you didn't I didn't in project of PySpark. So why PySpark? So nowadays, why PySpark mostly used in the companies?
Mm,
Uh, because most of before they used map produce. Now why PySpark they ask? Because now before days map produce its
mm.
process little slow when compared to PySpark. So like that I explained, sir. So
Correct,
PySpark, the Spark context 3.0 nowadays they use like that times
correct.
in process
There is another
parallel
reason
processing
as
like that.
there is another reason as well. PySpark comes up with PySpark ML as well. So it has its
Yeah.
own machine learning library inbuilt. So when you use PySpark for big data with a native platform of PySpark, we can also come up with the predictive models with machine learning and AI. That's another major advantage of using PySpark. And that's, I see most of the projects, I would say 70-80% of the projects we do right now are moving towards PySpark. Simple reason, it's open source, it's free, very robust, production ready, and it has its own machine learning library. Spark ML, PySpark ML is the library we use uh, for machine learning. Good. So when are you joining, Nanda? When is your joining date?
Coming Monday, sir. It's nice.
Okay. All right. So how long it took you for getting a job after you completed your course? what did you do in that period?
It's once I completed my internship, I did almost 3 to 4 months. I completed the mock interview and all that stuff.
Yeah, that is also kind of average. A median number is three months is what it takes to actually get placed. Okay, so your story seems pretty straightforward, Nanda. So you completed your engineering, wanted to spend some time in government, getting a government job.
Yeah, we did.
Then you,
And then we had land, agriculture land. So during that farming also I did that. So
oh, that's good. Hey,
those that that's that time.
we need smart farmers, you know.
Yeah.
So
During
probably
my village, yeah,
you should go back to the farming
I
industry,
was.
not as a farmer,
Mm,
but as a data scientist or
mm.
data engineer. We need technology in the farming, isn't it?
Yes, that's why I created IoT project. So
Okay, you
that's
also have an
really
IoT background. So you have IoT, you have data engineering, and you have a ML background. So you will become an
mm.
ideal person for a agri startup, tech startup in the future, isn't
Yes,
it?
yeah, yes, definitely, sir.
Okay, and I'm very happy because
Because the hard work plus smart work only we can get more product. The production will increase.
we need as a country, we need
Yeah,
a lot of entrepreneurs, right? Especially tech
mm,
entrepreneurs, not doing that, you know, the things which is already there, but coming up with the real innovation, which matters at the ground level. Agri innovation
yeah,
is one of the things which really needed to be done. And I see you have a very perfect resume. Maybe after a few years of working, gaining more knowledge, you might, I mean, that will be a really good idea. I'm always there to support. Good. So let's see. I have no further questions, Nanda. Before we close, we have some questions from audience. Uh, I ask DataMites team to look into the, okay, I have enabled the chat now. People who are right now attending through Zoom, or if you have from YouTube or LinkedIn, please ask questions. In LinkedIn and YouTube, put it on the comments. DataMites team will copy paste it over here. Okay. All right. So I have a question from Nikhil from YouTube. Nikhil from YouTube. The question is, I'm also pursuing data engineering at DataMites. What are the main concepts to concentrate in data engineering? How much coding is required to learn in PySpark? Nanda, question for you.
yeah. I, in the Spice Park, you have to yeah, Python is more important, and then you have to know about the SQL part also more. And then coding is pretty much not too much level, but the intermediate level also you have to know how to actions commands you're doing, and then transformation commands do like that. You have to aware of it. Like taking the file and then doing some transformation in that thing, and then the data from how you create in the RDT part, like that you have to know. So that's more important.
Wonderful. That's a good answer. Thank you. I have another question from uh, Tupuka. The question is, are the development softwares free for learning or the projects or internship? I mean, he is asking whether the PySpark is free. I can answer it. Yes, PySpark is completely
Yeah.
free. You can download. It's open source, and we use in our
Yeah.
production commercial projects as well. So it is production ready, and it's one of the highly used platform for many of the data projects nowadays. Further questions coming from Joseph. Joseph, how did you build your resume? From Joseph.
DataMites placement teams give advice how to create a resume, and what are the stuffs you have to add, what are the things you have to don't do. So don't do things you know means you definitely select. So they mainly focused on what are the things you don't do, you have to do. That's the thing they told to me.
Right.
So I followed that thing because this is my first thing.
Good. All right. So, I mean, DataMites have a very strong team who
Yeah,
have
yeah,
10 years plus experience in terms of helping people with resumes. They also work with senior folks with 15, 20 years of experience as well as the juniors. There's a standard set of rules you follow. Nowadays, it's all, the resumes are filtered by AI, and you can also create resume by AI. So the idea is to keep the relevant things, remove the not relevant things. That's the basic principle DataMites team operate. Thank you. I have a question from anonymous attendee. How was your mock interview experience with DataMites? Is it super important to attend such mock interviews? Well, it's actually otherwise around. Mock interviews are mandatory before you go to the job. There are a lot of people who try to, try to skip it. But we can't do that because it's been a process for more than 5-6 years now. The mock interviews, after that, we will get a rating. And if the rating is above 6.0 out of 10, if you're slightly less, that's normally is taken as an excuse, not an exception. But you should get about 6.0 plus. Once you have it, then it goes to the placement, then it goes to the employers, the actual jobs outside, right? So it's
I
not
want
that.
to tell one.
Yeah, please go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So I want to tell you about the mock interview experience. So first attempt, I am not clear, but during that session, I know how to speak, how to tell the question within the answer. So those are the things I learned the first interview. So during the second interview, without any pressure, I handled that situation, and what are the thing asked by from the data means I asked, I answered those the things. So without the mock interview, it's quite uh, quite impossible to clear our main interview. So mock interview was more important. So thank
Thank
you for
you.
that, sir, team.
Yeah, I think that's really important. It's not just that, I agree with Nanda. It's
Yeah,
not the requirement
yeah,
for getting actual job references, but also it gives you a lot of reflection to understand where you lack and where you have to improve. So thank you,
yeah,
Nanda.
100%.
One more question from, again, another anonymous attendee. I'm a mechanical engineering background. Can I choose data engineering or data science or data engineering for the future career? The question for Ashok. So it's for me. All right. Um, so I mean, I have answered many times. Data engineering is more technical than data science, right? That's the first important point. So you need to be technical from a field. You need to basically interact with databases, production level databases, creating data pipelines, right? Also doing some part of data cleaning and ensuring the resilience and fallback strategy and all of that. So data engineering is actually technical, right? And data science is less technical. It's more of analytical. Um, if you are coming from mechanical engineering, with the data I have seen that a lot of people transition to data science career, more than 50% come from mechanical background. You can also check the success story of the DataMites itself. There is a playlist in YouTube. You see a lot of people are from mechanical background. So somehow mechanical people can transition to data science career relatively easier. Maybe they are hardworking. Maybe the engineering, when you're doing engineering, there's a lot of formulas and stuff, which is also same in ML because machine learning is actually a mathematical algorithms, right? You probably understand it better. I don't know the reason, but the actual data supports that mechanical engineers are better suited or better successful in data science. From that perspective, I would say go for data science. All right. So do I have questions? Further questions? Yeah, I do. Question from Pawan. I'm attending data science classes from DataMites. I want to know whether the combination of data engineering is a good opportunity in 2025. It is definitely a good opportunity. In fact, data science, which is certified data science course, plus certified data engineering course, combined together can be called as a full stack data scientist because you kind of start, I mean, you can actually do end to end from getting the data to building a model and deploying it, right? But as I said, data engineering goes very technical. And some people have not from technical background, they'll have a difficulty. What I would suggest is that try to get into the job with data science as a background. You can always learn data engineering, right? You can always join the course parallelly, learn data engineering, and become a full stack, right? So if you ask me to suggest, I would say focus on data science, get into the career first, then we can think about data. All right. So for the questions coming in, how long it takes to complete the course under DataMites? What is that? Oh, so how long it takes to complete the CDE? So if different courses have different timelines, certified data scientist is about 8 months. AI engineer is about 1 year. Certified data analyst is about 4 to 5 months. How many months data engineer, Nanda? What's the period for
It's
data?
around 6 months. 6 months.
The data
3 months
engineering is
of training. Yeah, 6.
6 months. Okay. All right. So I have confirmation from DataMites team that no questions from LinkedIn and YouTube anymore. Pawan, if you have some idea about data engineer, then you could. I mean, it's about your choice, right? I normally prefer data scientist, but as Nanda said, data engineer has a lot of opportunities, right? And it's technical.
Yeah.
If you could cope with it, then probably you get into job market much easier than data science. That's for sure, right? So that's not a bad idea. All right. All right. Thank you. Nanda, I congratulate you again, and I wish you a really, really good success. Uh, do you have any message? Because, as I always say, people, someone like you who had transitioned are more inspiring than someone like me, because people relate to you better than me, right? I can say anything I want, but you are a real success. So do you want to say something to the audience?
Yeah. I'm 2 years. I was in that remote village too. I moved into the Bangalore. So this is the small achievement from there to here. So you don't think anything like we have to more focus on about what are the thing we do. So that is the main thing. So what are the thing I done before like that. And then data also I for the data engineer. So who doesn't who like fresher also can take data engineering as opposed to data science also like that. So who are not working the 2 years
Right.
size it. Yeah, like
Okay.
me. So the
That's
person also can take a data engineering.
That's an inspiration. I mean, you don't have to say that. It's already clear that with the breaks, and you being, doing something else as well, you still managed to pull yourself to a course, completed it, and successfully transition. So that your story itself is inspiring, and it's also very interesting that you said you made a small jump from where you are and where you're here. I don't think it's a small jump.
Yeah,
I think it's a very big jump, right? Anything you do from here could be a small improvements for a long time, but the first step is always a tough step, which you have crossed now. So I think
yeah,
it's humble
from
of you.
remote village to that.
Correct. I would say remote village to a data engineer job in Bangalore is the biggest jump. Even after 20 years of your life, when you turn back, you might become a very successful, techie or entrepreneur or startup CEO. But when you look back, this step will be the biggest step. I can confidently tell you that. All right. Thank you, Nanda.
Thanks.
And thank you, everyone, for asking good questions. So you can always reach Nanda. You can get the details from DataMites. You can go to DataMites website and connect with them. There is also an email called care, CARE at datamites.com. You can drop in and you can get the answers. If you want to reach me, you can type in Ashok Veda. You will find my LinkedIn profile, and you can always drop a message. All right. So I want to appreciate the placement team from DataMites. They have been doing a phenomenal job. The rate of placement have doubled in last 2 months, and it is exceeding our internal targets. But we still say that we never guarantee the 100% job, and that's actually makes us, we don't have to do any. We can directly follow the value. That's what we believe in. We follow the value, and we are fortunate that a lot of our the learners who join, they come to an intent of learning and they successfully transition. You can see about 200 plus success stories. I think nearly 200 success stories on YouTube. Thousands of people got placed in data science, AI, and data engineering, data analysts. These are the areas DataMites work. So if you're looking to pursue something in this area, you can connect with DataMites. You can always walk into one of the DataMites center. They have branches in 8 to 9 cities, top cities in India. You can walk into the center, check the data. Being a data scientist, the first thing always we say is that take your decision based on the data. So you validate the data and then you take the decision. It's not about the money, it's the time you put in, because you have to invest about 8 months time, 6 to 8 months of your time is your life. So sometimes it is not the trainer, sometimes it is you who it's not aligned, your interest is not aligned. So you have to, do your thorough analysis, look into success stories, look into your own personal ambitions, your passion, check the data, and then take a data-driven call, the right decisions. All right. I have one person raising hand. Let me see. Maybe the last question, Anita Maria, if you should be able to, yeah, go ahead, Anita. Is it a question or you can speak now. You're permitted to speak. Okay, wonderful. Anita?
Yes.
Go ahead, Anita, please. You have any question to ask?
No.
All right. Okay, then thank you. All right, Nanda, I wish you all the best. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Nanda, please. You're saying something?
Yeah, sir. I want to tell one thing, sir. So about the placement team. So after once completed my mock interview, so they assigned as a placement interview session also. I taken once I delay for placement session attend, they immediately call me and treat me. Why you not attend? The session will started like that. They follow.
So
So
they're treating you as a school
they
boy.
also. Yeah. So that was happened one time to me, sir. So after that, I regularly edit. But placement is one of the main important, and my referral, who is the Hariharan sir, who is now in a channel, working in Chennai as a data mine. So here the Pradeep sir also helped me, sir.
Wonderful. So, if you're a student, if you're a learner, for teacher, student is always a student. Doesn't matter whether you have 10 years experience,
Yeah,
50, 40,
definitely.
isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
So thank for placement team that those are who helped me.
I'll pass it on.
And